Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Ask Dr. Kondrot a Question on Substack. And I want to thank all of you that are subscribing to Substack. Your subscription fee helps my wife and I on our surgical missions. And I'm really excited to share with you that we're planning a mission to Ecuador, South America. We're going to be going to a children's orphanage. There's probably a couple hundred little children who have really bad crossed eyes. And, when you're born with crossed eyes in a lot of different cultures, you're really not going to get a job. You're not going to get married. You're going to be ridiculed all your life. So this is a wonderful opportunity to help these young children get a good start on life. And so your contributions help us on our mission. So we have a question already. Claudia, if you could please tell us where you're from. So Claudia, you're up first. Oh, you have to unmute.
Yeah, I did. Can you hear me?
Yep, I hear you fine.
Okay. I'm from Massachusetts. I wanted to know, I have had cataract surgery and I have a dry eye now as a result. And I know you talk about your hydrogen machine for dry eyes. And can you tell us a little bit more about that and how it's different than going and buying, drops from CVS or whatever, or that MyBo, where it's a prescription? Could you explain all that?
Yeah, sure. Well, it's not a hydrogen machine. It's an ozone generator.
Ozone. Okay.
Ozone, Ozone's gotten a bad rap over the years. You usually associate ozone with pollution, holes in the atmosphere. But in actuality, ozone is a highly reactive form of oxygen. It helps the body regenerate. It's also a disinfectant, and it's commonly used now for swimming pools. I think in the Olympics now, they don't use chlorine, they use ozone. So one of the problems with dry eyes, in addition to having a decrease in your tears, you also usually have an increase in bacterial growth. And that's a perfect storm. The bacteria produce toxins. Normally, if you have healthy tears, the tears are bacteriostatic. They prevent bacteria from growing. So if you have poor tears, you get more bacteria. It's a vicious cycle. The reason why I love the ozone drops is that they're bacteriostatic and virucidal too. So they prevent the bacteria from growing. They also help the eye to regenerate. And it's just a wonderful product to soothe the eye. Now, unfortunately, with the ozone,
Excuse me,
you have to.
let me close the door. Bob, you got to keep your voice down.
Yeah, make sure, folks, you either mute yourself or be careful with the background noise. Anyway, the problem is you have to move around. It could be a problem in ozone. It's fresh. It's free from preservatives. In order to get information on how to make ozone drops, go to my YouTube channel. You can go to YouTube and search Kondrot, my last name, and ozone. And I have in-depth instructions on how to make the ozone drops.
Okay.
So good luck and keep us posted. I think you'll love it.
And how many times a day would I do this?
You can do it every hour, every 15 minutes. You use it as needed. So if you put one drop in, your eyes are fine. You don't need to do it again.
Well, the reality is my eyes are fine anyway. It was just the eye doctor said, "Oh, you've got a very dry eye, your left eye."
You probably don't need anything then.
Oh.
The ozone eye drops, just because you have dry eyes doesn't need any treatment. But if you have burning, itching, distorted vision, then you need treatment. So you may not need treatment.
Oh, what's the damage that's done to my eyes by dry eye if I don't do anything?
Well, probably nothing. It may be misdiagnosed. If you have dry eyes, you're going to have symptoms.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it's necessary. Unfortunately, a lot of doctors overdiagnose and they like to prescribe. Everybody has hypertension. You got to take your hypertensive medicine. Everybody has elevated cholesterol. Everybody's pre-diabetic. Everybody is overweight, they got to take Ozempic. That's the pharmaceutical industry. So I think
Okay.
that, if you're not having symptoms, there's no reason why to treat the dry eyes.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
we have to move on. We're
Thank
going
you.
to Germany. Um, Guten Morgen or Guten Nacht.
Guten Morgen for you, Dr. Kondrot. For me, guten Nachmittag. It's afternoon.
Okay.
Nachmittag. Okay. I can confirm what she just said because my German eye doctor a long time ago, she said I had dry eyes, no symptoms, but she immediately gave me a prescription for eye drops, which I never bought. My question for my or against my cataract, if I get one eye replaced with the artificial lens, I'm now mid 60. Assuming I live until 95, 30 more years, like my grandfather did, how long does those lenses last? Do they last 20 years and then they have to replace those cataract replacement lenses you
I've
get?
seen lenses last as long as 40 years.
Oh,
So they're
okay.
very durable. But there is a concern because, they're made of polymethacrylate plastic. And we're
Mm-hmm.
always concerned that the plastic may be leaching into the eye, into the brain. There have been no studies on that, but we know that there's a lot of concern with the microplastics of the environment and we're being polluted. So, my advice is to anyone with cataracts, if you're able to function, you really don't need to have the surgery. But if you reach a point where you have a hard time functioning and you're not enjoying life, then that's the time to have cataract surgery. Cataract surgery is probably one of the most successful operations that we do, and people can benefit from it. Where I have a problem is many people who have early cataracts
Mm.
and they're not having any vision problems, and the eye doctor goes, well, we got to remove them. They're early. It's easier to remove them, and they're in the business to do surgery. So that's the problem.
Okay, so if you are very progressed, I have an older booklet, and those doctors, maybe 100 years ago, they were talking about ripe cataracts and cataracts not yet ripe.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Can a cataract be overripe so you cannot?
ripe is when they're ready for surgery. Ripe is when
Yeah.
they're interfering with your vision.
Okay.
It's unusual. Theoretically, they could get overripe. I don't
Mm-hmm.
want to use the word rotten, but they get overripe and maybe they start to break apart and cause inflammation. But that is extremely rare. I have yet to see a patient whose cataract, well, I take that back. When I go to Africa and do my mission work, I see some cataracts that are overripe.
Mm-hmm. And does that do any damage, except that you don't see anymore? Any damage to the body if it's overripe?
Well, it can cause inflammation and
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it can cause glaucoma, but that is
Mm-hmm.
extremely rare. We just don't see that in modern civilizations.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Okay, well, good luck then.
Mm-hmm.
Allison Davis, hello, and where are you? You have to unmute.
Yes, hello. Thank you. I'm from Dover, New Hampshire, and I have a question. I've heard about eye drops with DMSO in them, and I'm wondering what you think about that.
I had used the eye drops with the MSO years ago, but there's been a manufacturing problem with them and also an expense. The eye drops that I like are called Oclumed, and it's a product that is readily available, and the cost is a little bit more reasonable than the DMSO eye drops. The DMSO eye drops can work, but you have to go to a compound pharmacy. They only last 30 days. There's a lot of regulations. Oclumed is an FDA-approved product. It contains ascorbic acid, glutathione precursors, and it's one of the few products that I have seen actually help reverse cataracts.
Oh, good. At your recommendation, I have been doing the Oclamed, but the last time I tried to order them, it said that they were not approved and that you can't buy them in the US. I did order them online, but
That's not true. Many of my patients are buying them in the US without any difficulty. There was a period of time where the FDA wanted the company to go through some hoops in terms of sterility and processing, but now they're back on board.
okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Oh, well, thank you. Thanks for being part of the Substack group.
Thanks.
Okay, we got Francis next, Francis Shore. You have to unmute. And where are you from, Francis?
Yeah, hi. Hi. I'm from Denver, Colorado. I have several questions, but I want to just uh
Maybe just one question at a time because we have a lot of people that are in the queue. And if we have time at the end, you can chime in.
all right, great. So the Ocumed eye drops you do recommend for cataracts?
Yes, but I think more importantly, you have to look at your diet and nutrition.
Yes.
I think that cataracts are caused by poor nutrition, in particular vitamin C. When we're under stress, I think that our body requires more vitamin C and it's deficient in many people. You know, when I
Okay.
go to Africa and do my mission work, I see people in, the early 20s that have advanced cataracts and they're blind, and it's due to
Wow.
nutrition.
Wow. Well, but that's something I could take for my cataracts is the Ocumed. I
Yeah.
have very good nutrition. Yeah.
You
And
don't need a prescription for it. You can buy it online, or you can give our office a call and order it through our office.
should I get it from your office, from your organization?
Yeah, that would help us because,
Okay.
we do make a small percentage, and that money goes towards my mission work.
So I
I
can contact Chris about that.
yes, you can contact Chris and she'll help you with that.
Okay. And on the subject of the eye drops, the ozone eye drops, I've been doing that, of course, but when I put them in my eyes, it stings. Is that normal?
Yeah, stinging would be all right, but if your eyes become red or irritated, that's a problem. Stinging may be that it may be a little bit too ozonated, but the stinging has to do with the difference in maybe your body pH and osmolarity. So some people don't have any stinging, others find it soothing. You may want to refrigerate it. Sometimes if it's cooler, it'll give you more relief, but stinging is okay for a short period of time.
Yeah, just a few seconds. Yeah. Okay.
No, that's not a problem.
All right. Well, I will hopefully get to ask my other questions down the line.
All right,
Thank you.
move on. Let's move on to Michelle. Hello, Michelle.
Hello, thank you for taking my questions or
My
question.
pleasure. And where are you from?
South Bend, Indiana. And
Welcome.
thank you. I've already gone through the whole process of you looking at my records. I've been diagnosed for quite a few years with macular degeneration. My parents had it, and it turned to wet in my left eye. Let's see, I went to my eye doctor appointment probably about maybe 3 weeks ago or something like that. And I mean, I literally couldn't see the eye chart with my glasses on, when you cover your one eye. And when I did uncover my right eye, I saw an A that looked like it was 2 feet tall. And I'm like, oh, I couldn't see that. And so you have recommended that I am a good candidate for your homeopathic program. And I'm going to do that. I'm trying to save up the money for it. But in the meantime, I found a vitamin that's called Retina Clear that's supposed to work on a lot of different things. I've been taking that for a couple weeks and doing some other spiritual things. And many times it seems like it's improving, and then it might seem like, oh, it's not like it was yesterday. It kind of goes back and forth. But I have overall had improvement in that eye. I couldn't
Well,
really.
let me make a comment. Have you read my book, The 10 Essentials to Save Your Sight? I think there's a lot of information in that book that can help
No,
reverse
I
your.
have not. No, I
Yeah,
haven't.
that would be number one.
Okay.
Free download. Go to my website, healingtheeye.com. All one word, healingtheeye.com, and you'll see a little icon. Click
Okay.
to download the book. And I'm
Okay.
a firm believer that the best way to reverse macular degeneration is by good nutrition.
Okay.
I'm not a big advocate of pushing people to use vitamins. I really don't think that vitamins will reverse macular degeneration. They may help, but they're not
Okay.
going to reverse it. If God wanted us to take vitamins, he would grow them on trees. So it's all about good nutrition. It's
Okay.
interesting, macular degeneration was rare before 1920. And a lot of researchers feel it was the introduction of seed oils in 1912 that has caused all our health issues, macular degeneration, cardiovascular disease. You have to avoid seed oils. They're omega-6. They're very toxic to the body. The average person consumes about 70 pounds of seed oils a year. That's a lot. And you have to go shift more towards omega-3 oils in your diet.
Okay.
The seed oils most commonly are canola oil, grapeseed oil, sunflower seed oil, all the seed oils. The good oils are avocado oil, olive oil, and you're better off cooking with butter and lard.
Mm-hmm.
My
Okay.
grandfather lived to 95, and he used to drink bacon grease.
Oh,
You can
okay.
believe that, or put it on his bread. Now, my dad, listened to all the advertisements. He was a margarine guy, avoided all the fats, and he had 2 heart attacks and ended up dying of Alzheimer's disease. So our body needs healthy fats.
Right.
They're in the omega-3s. Butter is wonderful. Lard, so you should be cooking with butter and lard. And,
I am. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
and colorful food will give you colorful vision.
Mm-hmm.
The foods that have bright colors to them, the tomatoes, the blueberries, the carrots, those things.
Right. I'm probably 60-40 on the diet. I mean, I still maybe 65-35. I keep getting closer. I eat a lot of fruits and vegetables and don't eat sweets that often. So I'm really close to being, where I need to be on getting that least
But
amount.
make sure you download my book.
Yeah, I have, and I just haven't read it.
Yeah, I tell people read it while you can.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I just saw something, I just read an article that you put out about the damage. Like, okay, if it's like, my appointment was probably 3 weeks ago, a month at the most, and it was probably about a month to 6 weeks that I noticed that there was a major difference in that eye. And I read an article that as opposed to dry, wet is more of a time thing. And so this time that I'm trying to do something on my own, should I be taking your program and just putting $6,000 in my credit card?
My program is the best way I can help you, but
Okay.
you don't have to do the full program. Many people start just with a homeopathic consult. Well, I'll review your records.
Well,
And
yeah,
then
you already
some
did.
homeopathic recommendation. Well, it's actually a one-to-one interview. We'll have to take
Oh,
the
okay.
homeopathic case and
Okay.
recommend homeopathic treatment.
Okay.
Then later on, if you decide to do the program, then we would earmark the money that you paid for that go
Oh,
to.
okay. Okay.
I
So,
would recommend looking
yeah.
at homeopathic consult.
Okay. I'll do that then. Thank you
All
so
right.
very much.
Okay, we got to move on. Stephen, how are you, sir?
Very good. I actually wanted to pay you a compliment and ask you a question, but since we're limited, I can go right to the question if you'd like.
I love compliments. Let's start with
Oh,
that.
okay. It's a form of a question. Do you write all the emails that you send us or the information that I get through the email venue? Do you write those yourself?
Yes, I do.
Now, I was going to say they are extremely well written and very easy to read, and I'm really impressed. I look forward to reading them because they're just very well done. So that's the compliment.
Well, one thing is, I used to have a radio show in Phoenix, Arizona called Healthy Vision with Dr. Kondrot. And I did a radio show for 20 years. Every Sunday for 20 years, I did a radio show. They're all recorded. So there's a wealth of material from those radio shows. So I'm repurposing a lot of those interviews.
Well, I love clear writing when you encounter it because it's very easy to take in the information. So thank you.
Well, thank you.
Okay. Anyway, the question is, this is a consultative question, the process of doing a consultation. I hope it's appropriate. I did recently have a retina evaluation and I had the records. I sent them to Chris. Is that enough? Is that enough for you to work with for a consultation with you?
Well, number one, I do a free record review. By that, I will look at your records and make recommendations, and then Chris will contact you. It's impossible for me to call every patient back for a free record review, and she'll give you some advice. Now, if you wanted to have a one-on-one consultation with me, your recent eye records would be fine.
Okay.
We would have a phone call. I'd have the records in front of me. I'd give you my recommendations. And my goal actually during that consultation would try to come up with a good homeopathic remedy for you. My
Okay.
love is homeopathy. I feel that homeopathy can strengthen the body, reverse most diseases.
Well,
The problem with traditional medicine, they usually are just maintaining disease. When you have hypertension, they don't talk about let's try to cure it. Take this medicine for the rest of your life. You have macular degeneration, you're going to need these injections for the rest of your life. But homeopathy, we try to understand the underlying problem with the body, and then we select a homeopathic remedy that's going to help you generally and help with your eye problem.
Okay. Well, I did have a homeopathy consult with you a year ago, and as I may have mentioned, and it did work. It actually worked. So I
Good, that's another compliment.
yeah, well, okay. So that was my question. So I can go forward. I'm a little confused about the scheduling thing, but I'll work it out with Chris. So
Yeah, Chris is very helpful to take care of all the technical things and scheduling, etc.
right. So she walked me through it. Now I know what to do. And I wanted the retina person. I asked her when we were doing the consultation, could she send a CD record of, in other words, a visual record of, because I could look, she showed it on the screen and everything. So I asked her, can't you send that as as an attachment? She said, oh, well, my machine is broken and I can't do that. And so I thought that would be a wonderful addition, but I can't do that with this particular retina evaluation. And the
Well,
thing
so maybe JPEG photographs will be fine, so we can monitor your progress with the retina. That
right.
would be the goal with the treatments.
Yeah, and I'm hesitant to go back to the ophthalmologist because he's going to want to do cataracts. I mean, he's always pushing the cataracts. And so, well, now I know that I can go right to you, and then we can start something, and I can put that off. So that's
Great. I look forward to working with you then, Stephen.
okay. You bet. That's my question. Thank you, Dr. Kondrot.
Okay, thank you. Okay, let's move on to Irina.
Yeah, hi. Hi, Dr. Kondrot. I'm from Canada, Ontario, Canada. I actually used to listen to your radio shows a long time ago.
Oh, wow.
So I remember you as a radio celebrity. And I've read your book, and I'm doing the homeopathic remedies with you right now, which seem to be working, and I feel like I'm improving, which has been great. And I've had consultations with you. The thing is that recently my pressure has gone up to in the 30s. And so my ophthalmologist is now, I had a laser, just the first one. She's canceled the second one because it didn't work. My pressure went right up. And she's recommending a trabeculectomy. right now. So she's sending me to this glaucoma specialist to do this surgery. And I really don't want to go that route. So I would like to know what, I mean, I feel fine. And the last consult we had, it was like 2 weeks ago. And I told you, I said I was feeling really great. And I felt like the remedy was working and all that. And then I went to see the ophthalmologist right after that. And my pressure was 32. And it's consistently, every time I go, she keeps wanting me to come in. And I have to go in again this week. And she's taking out fluid from my eye to bring the pressure down. So she's, her and my optometrist, they're all like, wow, you've got to go for surgery, you got to get tubes put in your eyes. So I'd like to know, because I'd rather go the natural route if that's what I need, if that will help. But
Well, let me just make a comment. I wear two hats. I'm a board certified ophthalmologist. I do glaucoma surgery, but I love the alternative. And sometimes you do need surgery. We want to do the best for you. And if the pressure is that high, it may require a surgical intervention. The other comment I'd like to make is glaucoma is more than pressure. You can theoretically have a pressure of 30 and never lose vision, or you can have a pressure of 10 and go blind from glaucoma. So it's more or less the health of the optic nerve. So I would be interested in looking at documentations of the health of your optic nerve over time. Is the nerve being damaged? The other
well,
factor
oh,
is the thickness of your cornea. You can have a thick cornea and they measure a pressure of 30, but in actuality, the pressure may be only 20. So corneal thickness is really important. So there's a lot of factors involved. And I would say the best thing to do is let me review your most recent records.
and I've sent them to you. So you have my records from last November, plus I sent records from last week. So I had my field vision test.
We should probably set up a time when I can personally discuss it with you, because it is a serious decision and you may indeed, need the surgery. 30 is high, but there's a lot of factors involved.
Well, I looked at the records and my field vision is improved. So I'm confounded
that would be a bit of information to go against the surgery, but I'd also want to look at pictures of the optic nerve, what's going on with the optic nerve too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Would Oclumed, in the meantime, would that help me with the glaucoma?
No, Glaucoma is only for the cataracts. Now, what would help you is balancing your autonomic nervous system, reducing stress, exercise. Studies have shown that aerobic exercise will lower the pressure, meditation, positive affirmations, reducing stress. And of
I
course,
do all that.
many eye doctors put you in a stressful situation. If you don't have surgery, you're going to go blind. They make the situation stressful.
Well, my doctor gave me acetylazamine, which is dioxin, I think.
Yeah,
And
that's a diuretic, which will help lower the pressure.
is that okay to take? Are there side effects to it?
Well, unfortunately, the problem is your elevated pressure. Sometimes you have to do everything to lower the pressure, prevent you from losing vision. I'm not against traditional medicine and surgery. We want to do what's best for your eyes.
Okay. Okay.
So maybe
Oh,
schedule a consultation so I can review everything in more detail.
okay. All right.
All
Thank you.
all right. Thank you. Okay, we have Enid. How do you pronounce that? Futterman.
It's Enid.
Enid. Hello, Enid. Where are you from?
I'm from upstate New York, the Hudson Valley.
Hey, welcome. Thank you for being part of the Substack.
Thank you. I have very dense cataracts, but I'm most concerned right now, and I am taking Oclumed have been for about 2 months. But but right now I'm most concerned about macular degeneration, which I was told yesterday has turned wet in one eye, in my right eye, and that there's a pocket of fluid, which is how they know in the pictures that they've seen. And I have an appointment next week, next Wednesday, with their retinal specialist to discuss treatment. As you can imagine, I would like to avoid the medical treatment if possible. But your latest email about wet macular degeneration was a little concerning, was more than a little concerning. And so I'm wondering if it would make sense to have a homeopathic consultation. I can't afford the whole program. I don't even now. I might be able to fairly soon. But I'd like to know what you think about the situation.
Well, I think the best way is to look at homeopathy first, because homeopathy treats the underlying problem. And not only do you have the wet macular, you have the cataract too. So, it's a complex, and sometimes homeopathy looks at complex problems and it's a simple solution.
Yeah, well, I would like to do that. Can you tell me how much that costs?
The homeopathic consultation is $500, and that includes a follow-up.
Okay,
I
I,
would check with Chris on that.
I will.
The other thing is, I talked earlier about diet and nutrition. I would really look at what you're putting into your body in terms of seed oils.
Well, I'm very, very conscious of nutrition and stay up to the minute and have been avoiding seed oils for quite some time. Although I just heard that the soy and corn-free eggs that I'm eating regularly could contain other ingredients that could raise the the ante on and be as bad as seed oils. So I'm concerned about that and I'm looking into it. But I eat very, very, very well.
Yeah,
And
my general advice is the following: if it has a label on it, don't eat it.
well, I mean, these are eggs that come out of chickens. I don't eat any processed food.
Oh,
I
good.
I eat local from farms because I live in the country, local, organic, really, really, grass-fed meat and wild fish and really everything, and organically raised vegetables and very little
Yeah,
sugar.
well, I think we really need to look at the underlying problem, and I think homeopathy is one method, which I love. I love homeopathy. That's my number one treatment. I would highly recommend that
Well,
all of
I'm
you.
I'm
Yeah.
going to arrange that with Chris. That's how to do
Okay.
it. Yes.
Wonderful. So I look forward to making contact with you then with the
Thank
homeopathic.
I look forward as well.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. All
Bye-bye.
right, let's move on to Joyce. Hello, Joyce.
Can you hear me?
Yep. Where are you from?
Hi, I'm in Sacramento, California, and I have an appointment this morning. Oh, thank you for reviewing my records. I got your email yesterday. I have an appointment with Chris this morning. I'm going to sign up with your Kondrot Vision program. I want to
Wonderful.
start, yeah, I want to start the microcurrent and the light therapy and et cetera. So I'm going to sign up this morning right after this call. My question is, I'm a little bit disappointed. I mean, I trust you 100%, otherwise I wouldn't. My optometrist suspected glaucoma. It looks like you confirmed it after reviewing my records. I don't have my pressure's normal. I'm not a diabetic. I don't have hypertension. This blindsided me. And my vision is great. I mean, I don't have a vision problem, so I was a little bit surprised. But I'm gonna deal with it. My question is, how serious is that? I mean, because I'm shocked.
Well, glaucoma is
My
is
pressure was 17 and 20, and oh, I'm sorry.
see what I mentioned earlier, that the glaucoma is more than pressure. You can
Okay.
have a pressure of 25 and never have a problem, or you can have a pressure of 10 and go blind. It's
Okay.
the way the pressure affects the optic nerve.
Okay.
Now, of course, there could be underlying problems that are affecting the optic nerve, such as extremely low blood pressure, sleep apnea, um, arteriosclerosis, diabetes. There's many conditions that can adversely affect the optic nerve. So when
Hmm.
we're treating someone with glaucoma, we not only look at pressure, we look at things we can do to help improve the blood flow to the optic nerve. You know, exercise, meditation, all these things. So it's a combination of looking at the pressure and how the body responds to the optic nerve.
Okay, so I'm still waiting for my ophthalmologist. You know, I went to my primary and I'm waiting to make an appointment with them so I can go that route as well and still work with you. I do have low blood pressure, by the way. It's very low, like very low.
And that could be a
I just,
factor because if your pressure
yeah.
is really low, that that'll affect circulation to not only your optic nerve but your brain.
Mm,
So we might want to look
okay.
at that. So exercise may be something you should consider. You know, when you're
Okay.
exercising, you help improve the blood flow to all
Can I
parts of
do yoga? Is yoga okay?
yoga is wonderful. Yoga is
Okay.
wonderful, but you have to be careful with some of the yoga positions like the downward dog or inversions because that will increase your eye pressure.
Okay. So just certain positions, you know, I've been trying to work on my posture. So I've been going backwards a lot. Maybe that's not good. I've been doing a roller on my back and I notice a
Oh,
lot of
I think
blood
that would be
going.
fine. You want to,
Okay.
you know, improve flexibility of your neck and your spine.
Yes.
Because you want to improve the whole lymphatic system of your body. And
Okay.
so I love yoga. I love Tai Chi. You know, all these things can be very, very beneficial.
Okay. So I'm hoping that we can reverse it and avoid the eye drops. So I don't know when I'm going to get my ophthalmologist. I keep calling and they're very, very, very busy. So we'll see, you know, but at
Well, you
least I'll
know,
get started with you.
you can also see an optometrist. I mean, they're capable of collecting the data. You don't have to see an ophthalmologist. So there are many, many good optometrists now that are well trained and they can collect the data. But I do need some baseline, you know, measurements and
Right.
things like that before you start the program so we can evaluate the effectiveness of the treatment over time.
Right. You've already reviewed my records. I got the email yesterday. So that's why I'm going to go. And good chance I could reverse it, hopefully, this
Well,
glaucoma.
not a good chance. That's my business. I want to reverse
Okay.
damage.
Okay. I'll sign up
And,
with your program this morning and thank you for reviewing my records.
oh, my pleasure. And I look forward to you being part of our family, joining the program. Because when you join the program, you meet with Chris every week, and you meet with me twice a month. So
Amazing.
this is a
Okay.
more personable. And
Okay.
they're people you meet with everyone in my program. So it's a wonderful group, and you know you get to hear success stories and problems, and we try to work and find solutions to all
Okay.
your vision problems.
My appointment with Chris is at 8:30 a.m. and I'm going to sign up. But is it 8:30 a.m. Pacific time? Nope. I
It's
don't want to.
8:30 Eastern time, I believe.
Oh, so did I miss her appointment? Oh, goodness.
Yeah, she books everything. We book all our appointments on Eastern time.
And then I'm supposed to call her.
Uh, I'm I'm not sure if you better call her. And
Okay, because I sent her an email and okay, let me figure that
the other
out. I
thing
was
for
hoping
all
to
of
sign
you,
up this morning.
if you do want to schedule a time to talk to Chris, you go to freeconsult.us.
That's what I did, and I scheduled it for 8:30, and that's Eastern time.
Well, I'm not sure because maybe on your scheduler it's converted to California time. That I'm
Okay,
not. It
okay,
could be
listen,
because we use schedule once for the appointments, and they may automatically update for your time.
okay, and then she's supposed to call me, right? Or am I
Uh,
supposed to call?
she will be calling you.
Perfect, then I didn't miss it. Okay, I'm signing
All
up
right.
this morning. Thank you very
Okay.
much.
I look forward to having you being part of the program.
I will be this morning.
Okay. All
Thanks,
right.
thanks.
Okay, let's move on. Francis. Hello,
Yeah.
Francis.
Hi, I just going through my list of questions here. I think I can ask two at one time here. Will castor oil for the eyes be helpful, or would they hurt?
I'm not really big with castor oil.
I'm sorry?
I am not big with castor oil on the
Oh,
the eye.
you don't like that.
I
Okay.
don't like it.
Okay. And then that's castor oil that's made for the eyes. You don't agree to that.
I don't like it. I really haven't found anybody who had any benefit from it. A lot
Okay.
of the work with castor oil comes from Edgar Cayce,
Mm.
the healer, the great healer from the 1920s. And
Uh-huh.
in fact, I have a copy of all of Edgar Cayce's readings, everything he talked about. He
Mm.
never mentioned castor oil for the eye. He did talk about castor oil packs for detoxification on the liver. That's something different.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, thanks. And then are eye exercises? I've seen some of these online, Chinese eye exercises, where you press acupuncture points around your eyes and that sort of thing.
Oh, yeah,
Are they good?
they can be very effective. In fact, my book, The 10 Essentials, I think I have a chapter on acupuncture around the eye.
Okay. I have to get your book and read it. I haven't done
And
that.
also, that's what I like about microcurrent. Microcurrent is a way when you're doing the microcurrent therapy on your eye, it's stimulating those acupuncture meridians. But I do like acupuncture. I think acupuncture is a wonderful form of energy medicine
Mm.
that can improve healing and blood flow and help balance the autonomic nervous system. It's wonderful. Also, speaking of exercises, I love the work of Dr. Bates,
Mhm.
William Bates, where he talked about palming, uh,
Mhm.
the swing and sunning. And I have a chapter in my book all about the Bates exercises, which I think are
Okay. Was that sunning you said? The sunning?
stunning. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I know what that is. All right, I've got more questions, but I
Yeah, let's move on.
pass it on. Yeah,
Okay, thanks for being part of Substack.
thank you.
Hey, we're going to go over the pond back to Germany.
Yes,
Karen.
Can dead teeth, which had a root canal and are dead now, cause cataract?
Well, there's a lot of strong relationships between the meridians in your teeth and different health issues, in particular cataracts or macular degeneration. In fact, there's a joke that if you do have an eye problem, you should first see your dentist. That's what people say. So I do think there's a strong relationship between dental caries, root canals, and eye problems. So that's part of evaluating your health issues. Many times I'll hear a history from a patient, their vision problems began after the root canal. And of course, now many of us, our mouths are loaded with mercury amalgams, and mercury is very toxic. So it's definitely a contributing problem to our eye health.
Okay, and do you know any specific tooth number which would be connected? Like, would it be more the front teeth or the back teeth?
I have a tooth chart. You can probably Google that online. They have
Mm-hmm.
different tooth charts associated with different meridians, but offhand, I don't know the number of the tooth.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
And many of my patients, I do refer them to integrative or alternative dentists who kind of specialize in that area.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Okay, Irina, back to Irina.
Yeah, hi. I just wanted to ask you if your microcurrent program would help with advanced glaucoma.
Well, certainly that's one of my protocols that I have. And what the microcurrent does, it improves the circulation to the optic nerve. It also has frequencies to reduce inflammation and detoxification. So I've had much success for patients who have had glaucoma. They're not responding to the drops and they're losing the function of their optic nerve. In fact, I have some documentation of actual visual field improvement with microcurrent. It was a marked improvement. But just to make clear, you know, it's more than microcurrent. I think it's, proper hydration, diet, nutrition, reducing stress, all those things. So there's no really shortcut. When you're losing your vision and you're going blind from glaucoma, there's really no shortcut. And that's why I like my program, because it's a multidiscipline approach. We're using not only nutrition, homeopathy, light therapy, and microcurrent. We're using all those modalities that I think are very safe and effective to, restore the body's health in a natural way. But, those of you that are part of my program know I still want you to continue with your general ophthalmologist. I want you to be using the best of both worlds, traditional
Okay.
ophthalmology, Western, and the best of alternative treatment.
Hmm. Well, I'm doing everything that, I'm doing all the nutrition and the meditation and the exercise, everything. So that's why I'm so surprised that it's not getting better. I'm doing the homeopathic, I'm eating really well, hydrating, I'm doing everything and de-stressing. So,
Well, we're probably
that's why I
there's
feel like
probably
there's
missing. There's
something
missing.
that's
Yeah.
missing. Yeah. Exercise trampoline, is a trampoline a good exercise form,
Yep.
or is that not good? Is that not good for the eyes?
I like the trampoline because it's an aerobic type of exercise, and it also stimulates the lymphatic flow in the body.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
can be helpful for glaucoma.
And liver detox, would that help with the blood flow up
Liver
into the
detox
eyes?
too. There's a connection with the liver and the eye in Chinese medicine.
Yeah.
So liver detox would be wonderful.
Okay. Okay. Thanks. Just wanted to check on those two.
Okay, thank you. Okay, let's move on to Michelle. Michelle, hello.
Hello. This is a twofold. If you've already recommended that I am a good candidate for your homeopathic program, is there a difference from just doing the consult first? Is there something you might not recommend after a consult for the whole amount?
Well, usually when I
1,000?
do the consultation, my goal is to try to find a good homeopathic treatment for you.
Okay. I mean,
And
she already,
number one goal is to try to find a good homeopathic remedy. And what I like about homeopathy, it just isn't one homeopathic remedy. Like if I treat 100 people with macular degeneration, each one may need a different homeopathic remedy. It's not like there's a pat treatment. So I want to find out more about you, how your vision is limiting you, other health issues, your mental, emotional state. And that's when you really will find out a good homeopathic remedy is going to make a difference.
okay, so
I
that
love
could
it.
be,
I love it when patients tell me, I don't know what you gave me, Dr. Kondrot, but I've never felt good about myself. Homeopathy is an energy medicine that changes the whole
right.
dynamics. And I know it works because I was cured of my asthma when I was taking 3 different medications, and all the eye doctors, or not all the pulmonary doctors, told me there was no cure. And then one homeopathic remedy cured my asthma. Not only cured my asthma, I felt a mental and emotional change. I felt wonderful about myself.
Right. Well, when she gave me your recommendation, she sent me the whole, what to do.
Mhm.
So it could be different now by doing the consultation first.
Yeah, well, when I do the free consult, we just give you some generic recommendations.
Oh, okay. Okay. So
And
okay.
when you do
Okay.
the free consults,
Okay.
it's impossible for me to recommend your homeopathic remedy because that's
Got
an
it.
in-depth
That
consultation.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, the last question is, do you take PayPal? Because
You'd have to ask Chris. I think that we probably do, but you should ask Chris.
okay, because PayPal allows you to like a year, I don't know if it's different for different amounts, but it's a good chance to get like 12 months with no interest for that amount.
I'm not aware of that, but I would check with Chris.
Okay. All right. Great. Thank you. Have a fabulous day.
Thank you. You too. Okay, we're moving back to Francis. Hello, Francis.
Hi, but yeah, I realize Wendy's up and I don't think she's asked a question yet. Do you want me to go ahead or should we go to Wendy?
You can go ahead. I'm just looking at the queue. People are
Oh,
lined up.
okay, all right. Very quick question here is, I'm getting ready for more of the Ocufolin supplements. Did I get them from you or from your organization?
Yeah, I don't think you can buy them online because Ocufolin requires a medical doctor's signature.
Okay, so I should to contact Chris about that?
Yes, please contact us.
Okay, and very quickly, there's Roger Williams, who wrote an article. He was a researcher at University of Texas in Austin. He wrote an article saying that certain foods promote cataracts. That's what I'm working on, cataracts, certain, like cherries, figs, that sort of thing. And as long as your diet was good, it was okay to eat those foods. Do you recommend avoiding any foods for?
I think there's been some studies. Some people have a metabolic problem. Uh, there's certain milks, galactose, and maybe oxalates. That could be that the cherries are high in oxalates. I'm not sure.
Mm,
But I'm not aware of specific foods that are generically that you should avoid if you have cataracts. But I'll tell you, the three big poisons are sugar, refined flour,
okay.
and hard water. The old ophthalmologist in the 1800s would say you got to avoid sugar, refined flour, and hard water. They felt that those were the
What
three.
was the last one you said?
Hard water.
Hard water.
You want to have water that's softened. The water has too many minerals in it.
Oh, with too many minutes.
That was just the theory. I don't know if there's been any studies to show that.
Yeah, because I use I drink purified water from a Berkey, but
Yeah, not so much about the
it
water.
leaves the minerals in.
Hmm.
So I would think that would be good.
All right, we got to move on. Wendy's been waiting. Wendy,
Okay, all right.
hello, Wendy.
Hi, Dr. Kondrot. This is amazing. I've not joined before. I'm a homeopath myself.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, you know what? I
and
recognize your name.
I've tried following you. I work for Academy of Homeopathy Education. We may have communicated there, but this is amazing listening to what you know. I just came from my eye doctor and I have a flare-up of uveitis. And in the past, I've not been able to like no homeopathic remedy I've tried has stopped the flare. So I'm on steroids, which, does the job, but I have a horrible time on them. My question to you, because I know it's a bigger issue and I have a good homeopath who has helped me in lots and lots of ways. But at this point that I'm starting the steroid drop, is it worth continuing to try to find a supportive acute remedy, or should it just should I just wait and go back to the chronic remedy after this clears up? Do you have an opinion on that?
Yeah, well, I think we have to take your case. We have to find out what's going on right now with you. And, and that's my interest in uveitis. And if you look in the old ophthalmic homeopathic literature, the old homeopathic eye doctors had great success with treating uveitis, great
Yeah.
success. So it's a matter of finding the right remedy, whether it's acute or constitutional. I can't tell you. Just have to take your case.
Okay. I wasn't sure if it was worth pursuing another acute, because I've tried a couple of them before this. If I should just rest, do the steroid, and pick it up later. That was kind of where.
You want to try to avoid the steroids because steroids are very suppressive. They're pushing the disease deeper into your body. But on the other hand, steroids may be necessary to prevent inflammation and damage to your eye. So many times when I treat somebody, we want to quickly taper the steroids while they're on a homeopathic remedy. You never want to stop steroids cold turkey because you could have a rebound and it could be much worse.
Yeah, this is like maybe my fourth or fifth bout of this over the last 10 years. And I haven't had a homeopath really be able to, I've had, like I said, much improvement in so many other ways. I see miracles every day as I do this, but for me, no one knows, and I guess I maybe should reach out to you privately, but no one knows how to seems to how to deal with uveitis, like if there's the best way to approach it, or maybe the underlying thing we're not looking at, that kind of thing. So I've just typically avoid the steroid until I know I can't, and then I take it, and then tapering off of it is bad. Although I did find Nexvomica helped me greatly last time when I was tapering. So that was a
But
homeopathic win there.
my expertise is I understand eye disease and I know the components and dynamics of uveitis, and sometimes the particular characteristics of uveitis, and everybody's different that has uveitis, will lead us to the right remedy. So that's what we need to look at.
That sounds good. I did ask my doctor for a report today that I was hoping I could forward on to you. And I know you mentioned the email address already, but I've forgotten it, for you to be able to review it.
info@healingtheeye.com.
Okay.
It's the email address, info@healingtheeye.com, or the other one is freeconsult.us. That's the
Okay,
scheduling
great.
consultation.
Okay. Well, thank you. I just wanted to touch base and get your take on where I am right now, and I appreciate that.
Well, thank you, and I look forward. I'd love to work with you because I do have an interest in uveitis, because I'm seeing more and more patients with uveitis. You know, when I first went into practice 40 years ago, uveitis was rare. Now I'm seeing, you know, one case or maybe 2 cases a week.
Wow.
Yeah, my eye
something's
doctor
going on.
said the same thing.
Something's going on. It could be related to the COVID epidemic. It could be related to environmental. Maybe it's a whole new miasm that we're seeing. So I do have an interest in that.
Yeah. So I'll forward that report on to you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Libby. Hello, Libby. You have to unmute, Libby.
Yes, good morning. I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina. Dr. Kondrot, I was very fortunate for about 3 years to be treated at a holistic center in Asheville, North Carolina. This doctor was able to give me this combination of eye drops. I've heard you mention it before. It was the frozen eye drops with DMSO, glutathione, and vitamin C. And he treated me with that for severe dry eye syndrome from Sjogren's. And it was so soothing and helpful. It really did decrease my suffering. And then about 2 years ago, I was told that they couldn't make those drops anymore because the FDA had said you can't use vitamin C in your eyes. So I'm not able to get that. And I heard you mention on this program, Dr. Robert Rowan was apparently the doctor who formulated those eye drops. And I wondered, I would give anything to be able to have them again, because I suffer every day with really severe pain.
I would try the ozone eye drops.
I use them. I have been using them ever since I learned of you and had the homeopathic consultation. And nothing has helped me like those eye drops. And I just wondered if there's any resource for that. I do use the ozone on a very
well, you have to find a compounding pharmacy, and the compounding pharmacy will make that for you. You have to find a pharmacy that'll make them.
Yes. Well, have you heard that that the FDA said you can't use vitamin C in your eyes? Have you?
No,
Because
I haven't heard that. That's not true. You can still make the DMSO eye drops. There's just a lot more regulations, and the compounding pharmacies are under pressure.
yes. Well, this one in North Carolina that's been in business for a very long time has now said they can't make it due to the FDA regulations.
Well,
So,
I'm sorry, but I can't help you with that. But also, folks, we're coming to the end of the hour, and I want to thank all of you for participating, and you'll be notified for our next meeting. We're going to try to have these twice a month now. And once again, I appreciate all of you subscribing to Substack. It's really helping me do my work and do my mission work. So blessings to all of you. Thank you so much. And till we meet again, probably in a couple weeks. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.